Oh, Gemini. Oh, Gemini. Okay. You kind of like, let's wait and see. Okay. Okay. Because it feels good, don't it? This love, this energy, this optimism, it feels good, but there's a but, man. And I have to say it because it's like, let's see. There's a little bit of, I'm not sure I want to trust this yet. You still have to jump through a couple of hoops before I'm convinced that you could get close to me. And I understand that. I get it, and you listen, you earned that skepticism. It was hard earned skepticism. So good on you, man. I think you got to trust your gut. And Mercury is in retrograde, is in Gemini, reminding you, look over something a couple of times, especially if that shit sounds way too good to be true, because you all know this is not a time to ignore life lessons, right? And one of the biggest life lessons that you guys have come through is, if it looks too good to be true, it's because it is too good to be true. I am not going to be baited. I'm not some hungry fish. Don't throw your worms in my face. Okay. It's just like that. Is that's nice. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, I love the sunshine. It's so beautiful. I'm not closing both eyes. I'm not. I'm just going to allow you to continue to do what you do, and I'm going to observe. And in the process of observation, I'm going to let you know if I can verify your sincerity. All of this is you really just baiting people. You being the one baiting people. Because the truth is, if you have a suspicion about somebody, you already know. You already know that there is some stuff going on that you're just waiting for them to out themselves. You're wondering, how long can this could play a game? Let's see how long they can keep it up, right? Before they actually get tired of their own BS. How long could they keep it up before they actually start to become a joke to themselves? You're suspicious, but you're not on the attack, and you're not even about wasting energy anymore. Wasting energy or wasting time. You're not. You're about straight shooting sincerity, and you're just all about, okay, I'm just going to let you weave yourself into this complex little web that you're weaving and watch you cut off your own circulation. That's just going to be my entertainment for the next couple of days. Gemini, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries if you're just arriving. If you like the sound of this video, please do like the video. And then share the video on your social media platform. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, please. And then ring that bell and hit all notifications so you know when I upload. Gemini gets uploaded with Aries and with Taurus every single Thursday before 6 a.m. Los Angeles time. Watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. If you want a really well-rounded energy reading all the time, every single week. Watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And there's always an extended that continues, personalizes this energy, and then gets into your romance reading too. It's actually 2 readings in 1. Okay, now that we've talked shop, let's continue with the reading, Gemini. I already know, you know what? And at some point you may, this is the one thing as an objective person that I don't want to see happen with you guys is, I know you got people baited right now and you're enjoying yourself, but there is that point where you could just fall back into skepticism, or like full on skepticism of like not just only being skeptical of this situation, but skeptical in general of people, because because you're seeing it play out in front of you again and you're focusing on it instead of letting it go so that you can move on to just be happy. Remember that I know that you like to watch people wriggle in their discomfort, especially when they know that you know, and for some reason they're still trying to bullshit, right? But also remember, on the flip side, Gemini, it keeps you in that vibration. It's trapping you with them because you're still in that energy. And don't you deserve better than that? Think about that. We have self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. I don't think you are. I think you learned this. This is coming up a little bit in the past. There's a wonderful sense of self. But I'm saying don't forget this. It's almost like in some ways Mercury is trying to remind you, you're okay, you're happy, you're good. You don't need you don't need the approval of or to fit in, right? So even though, but there's some sort of longing here. I can feel it. There's some sort of desire. You don't want to be alone. It's not natural to you as a being. Gemini is a social animal. That's how you learn about life. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not flying solo, right? It just means, it doesn't mean that you're not interacting with people. It means that that you can't enjoy people. What it means is that you're not letting anybody in too close. Okay, I still feel a red flag there. Dragonfly, live life to the fullest. It's coming up in reverse though. So in some ways, there's a diminished sense of life. And I think that is your skepticism. That is your wanting to uncover things and wanting to watch and see what unravels. Note this, please. Everything's unraveling right now. And in some ways, even you're unraveling. You're unraveling yourself through this skepticism. And that's what I'm talking about. We can all stand in judgment of each other, of not being perfect, or of not... What? I don't even know what that was. I'm sorry. Of not being perfect. Like, but ultimately, the peace of mind that comes from just letting that shit go is so important. And also admitting to yourself and having the courage and the strength to admit, I don't want to play these games. I mean, they only entertain me for a while. Like, I want the real connection. I want the real thing. I don't want to constantly be in this mindset. Like, don't drag me back here. But those are the lessons that we're learning. The lessons of how we think something is good for us, and it really might have been a key energy to getting us stuck in bad energy. So hold that thought. Go with the flow, let things happen. You're trying. This is a little bit hesitant. There's hesitation here right now, right? To just let things happen. Maybe somebody is bullshitting you. And you do know it. Let it be okay. Almost like think about, what if I just roll around with this pretty story and let myself go along with this pretty story? What's the worst that could happen? Let's see. Because it's becoming it's such an energy drag for you right now, Gemini. It's such an energy drain to have to constantly fight and be playing in this twisted game. Strangers, people that you can't necessarily trust. That's true. There's new people coming into your life. Maybe your social circle has changed. And that's true. You're right. You can't open up yourself completely to them. That takes time. And that's definitely what you should give yourself time for, right? Do you want to be completely naked and exposed in front of strangers? This is not something, the situation that you feel comfortable with, and you shouldn't feel comfortable with, right? There should be a point of vetting somebody's quality, you know? Maybe you feel overexposed. That's what this is. That's where the guard and defensiveness is coming from. You feel overexposed in front of people you really aren't sure you should have given that much to. And now there's that retaliation of, or you're dealing with somebody with this energy that they felt like, oh, I'm overexposed. Now I have to withdraw back into my shell because I'm getting scared and I'm pulling back. Okay, this is really interesting. Let's open this up a little bit more, Gemini. I feel lost. That is sincere. That's what I love about this energy, is that it's really honest. And it takes courage to be honest. I feel lost. I feel lost. I'm looking, I'm searching, I'm trying to find something, but I'm not finding something where I actually feel comfortable. I am connected. Interesting. Now, present. I am connected. I am a voice. Maybe you've been talking to somebody. You felt very connected to this person that you were talking to through language. You know, language is a part of who you are. It's integral. And so through language, you could start to feel opened up and feel connected to somebody again. Maybe you feel a little bit overexposed in that connection. Yeah, maybe somebody has felt a little overexposed in that connection because they felt the connection. And that's scary. And it makes sense to be scared of that right now because there's so much shifting and changing and it's very tumultuous. There might be a quick retreat because somebody is skeptical, whether it's you or them. Somebody is skeptical and feels overexposed because they're not ready to trust again. This has to do with soulmate energy, a spiritual connection. This has to do with actually, and this is the kind of sadness, I think, the melancholy here, the spiritual union, Gemini, that is meant to be. This feeling of, but I do feel connected. I do feel such a pure source of love present between the two of us. And yet somebody's withdrawing. Base chakra is here. What is it that you really want? Finding what it is you really want. No, I think somebody, this is an energy. Something got to the heart of somebody. Something got to the very core. Somebody touched you, you touched them at the very core of everything that they are. And that shook things. There's fear there because feeling that vulnerable, you're not ready to feel that vulnerable right now. And yet here it is. And maybe that's why you think you're being deceived or you're being played, because you need to justify the defensiveness when really the defensiveness is just you're scared. You're scared because of all the crap you went through. And the truth about it is, Gemini, honor that because that's really all you need. That's really all you need. You don't have to justify it. I'm scared because of all the crap I went through. You know, that's what it is. I'm scared. However, you are actually honestly connected. You really did. The two of you really did connect. I mean, that's being verified by the cards. And I know that we get into those situations where we're like all kinds of like, oh, it wasn't real. Maybe I just making it up in my mind. I mean, bullshit, right? Because you feel that shit. That's a feeling. That's not a thought. That's so true and so intrinsic and intuitive. Don't deny that. You know it was real. Gemini. I love it. Sit with it for a while. Just take some time. Now this is coming up reverse too. Balance spirituality and practicality. Everything's all askewed. It's almost like you can't find it. You can feel it, but you can't find a way to allow it to come into the 3D world. Or you can't find a way to make it real. Maybe being very frustrated that something's always in concept and never in reality. And a personal issue reaches, this is Cancerian energy. This is something is still up in the air. This is something that's very unresolved. There's feelings here that are extremely unresolved, Gemini. And it has to do with somebody not allowing themselves to be vulnerable in the presence of a true connection. They're afraid to be vulnerable in the presence of a true connection. It's them or you. And honestly, I don't hate them for it because they've been through stuff. And this is the first real connection that they've had since they've been through stuff. So right now, to celebrate Mercury retrograde, Maybe it's just you have to be patient and let this stuff play out and hope that God intervenes and helps both y'all screwed up people out. And that's a wonderful way to connect to faith too, Gemini, is say, take the wheel. Because honestly, I can't work my way through this. Tell the truth is right in front of me. Tell the truth. Maybe use your writing to actually say what you need to say. If you can't say it eye to eye to somebody's face, they told the truth. Or this is a message that's from Spirit saying, confirmed, Gemini, these people told the truth in what they wrote and how they wrote it. And if you really look back on how they wrote it, you know the truth is right there in front of you, even if it's not something that you want to accept. Have fun. I feel like somebody just wants to keep things shallow right now, keep things where they feel safe. They just wanted to play. They were just trying to play. Don't sweat the small stuff. Maybe don't look too, somebody's reading too far into the small stuff. Maybe trying to read between the lines when they really shouldn't. Blow off some steam. Somebody's just trying to have fun, be playful, blow off some steam, have a good time because they haven't had such a good time in a while. It's funny though how we can accidentally flirt and have fun and flirt our way into somebody actually catching feelings for us. And I think that that's kind of what happened. And what I want to bring you back to, the one thing I want to bring you back to is, Gemini, there was a sincere comfort level here. There was an actual connection, despite what one or the other was looking for. That was true. Clear the fog. There's something unsaid or unspoken between the two of you that really needs to be cleared up. That is part of this feeling of feeling lost and feeling dragged down. It has to be clarified. I don't think you're going to feel good until it is. Turn back. Oh, we need a little bit of a replay. We need a little bit of a do-over. We need a little bit of clarification that we have to it's like rewinding a videotape to watch something over again or to listen about how that was said again. And in fact, some of you, and that may be happening, you may be reviewing their text, reading their text. They may be doing it to you simply because it's like, what happened? I want to understand. When the secret really is you just got to literally talk to them. Like communication. That's the only thing that's really going to clear the fog, clear up. Because honestly, I think in some part, the fog is an emotional fog. It's just, you want to see each other again. I'm getting this. I don't know where it's coming from, Gemini. I love y'all. I'm just saying it how it is. And then we have, you let your guard down. This was somebody that was more like you than you realized. That their defenses were up to. Neither of you really wanted to fight each other, but you were willing to fight each other because you don't want to be hurt again. But very much the two of you were very much alike. But somehow somebody slipped in through the cracks. They got in. And they didn't sneak in. For some reason, the two of you, your doors flung open for each other. All right, now we get something in the future. Trust your intuition. It's emotion. What did I say? This is all emotion. You have to trust your intuition that there is actually love here and goodness here, even though you feel scared and you're hesitant to trust it. There's love coming in, and to start over again, to let go of what's happened and to move forward, to start over. To start over, you have to turn back. Maybe you're feeling this more truly than anybody else because you are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is currently in your sign, and it is in retrograde, and that things become very blunt in that capacity where I actually do need to go back and say some things because I didn't really want to be untethered or released from this person. I want to be able to trust. I want to be able to believe. It's like that Scully poster, right? I want to be able to believe. I'm just scared, and I get it because it's you're dealing with scary shit. Gemini, please join me on Instagram. Monday through Friday, I do a live daily tarot card reading. I'd love for you to be there. You can find me at born_without_boundaries. And please join me on Astrology Motivation. That's my second channel. I have a new channel now, and I hope that you'll join me over there too. That's where I post my weekly astrology forecast and lots of good stuff. So I hope you come on over. Okay, Gemini, not for you. Not for you. There's something here that's saying it's not for you. What is not for you? Maybe that's what it is. The two of you aren't really destined to be together. The connection was just to help you come out of your shell. What's not for you? What's not for Gemini? So in other words, this interaction could just have been, it was a real connection, but it could just have been because in some ways, it's like you need to be reopened. It's like that preparatory thing that happened. Please help me understand what is not for you. To be fair, you're trying to be fair to somebody because right now you're not ready, or they're not ready, vice versa. And somebody in some ways in other words, somebody's rejected you or you've rejected them because the truth of the matter is you're just not ready. You can't really be fair because you're clearly not ready to open up. Somebody's just not ready to open up. There's a no here because of fear, but justifiable fear. But still it's fear. I will say that. So somebody's just trying to be fair by rejecting you. Even though it feels crappy, it feels more honest than to go ahead and hurt somebody. Revealing your true self. Holy crap, Gemini. Ain't this a loaded reading? Amethyst. Revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you feel love for who you truly are. That's so scary. You actually revealed yourself to somebody and they fucking were into you. I don't think you were ready for that. Or they weren't ready for you to be really interested in them, even though you thought, oh, I'm just being a dork here. And yet, isn't that, because that's the key to real love, man. Real connection, it's right there, Gemini. When you can be your real self with somebody and they get more excited by that. We have apatite, progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. Okay? It's a step-by-step process. Multifaceted. Listen to this. Titanium rainbow quartz. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person that you're asking about. So it's not cut and dry. And I think you intuitively, that's why the moon card is here, you already know that. Sodalite. Socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of this person was very much like you. So the two of you might be experiencing the same thing at once. You just don't know what to do with each other. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. I think you've gone back within yourself because you're like, oh crap, oh shit, I didn't expect to feel that. I just need to process. And then bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. This is at least inspiration to help you heal your heart, because Gemini, you deserve to be healed and you deserve to be able to trust and be loved completely again. Let's get into your animal totems. Why? Because they're important. This is how the universe uses the natural world to talk to you. When you see or are in the presence of these actual animals or symbols of these animals, Gemini, pay attention. First, we have butterfly. Interesting, because I've been seeing them all over. Transformation is beautiful. You're transcending yourself. You're transcending your truth. You're transcending everything that you thought you couldn't be. You're growing and you're expanding. And this is why things are changing and time for a deep dive. This is love. This is romance. It's almost like you may have, bam, accidentally fallen in love. or accidentally ran headlong into somebody that is just making you question that decision to like fuck everybody. Not literally. Making you question, you know what I'm saying. I feel your frustration. I do. I hear you. I still think you should call them, because I still think that that's kind of what is going to help you either get over them, because you'll understand the situation a little bit better. Because right now it's like, you know, when you get that hype in your mind that is like supercharging your heart like it's on drugs, because it's all fantastical now. I think the truth could actually help you a great deal right now. It could be release you, because you're actually now, you just sort of like, they inspired something in you, so now you're stuck in this fantasy loop. Or it could actually be a real thing. The feelings are real, that's true. But it's like, what are they based on? Are they based on the fantasy that you're running in your head because you won't talk to them? Or, you know what I'm saying? Truth. I did not make this up, Gemini. I shuffled the cards. The best way through the current situation is to just speak your truth. Contrary to what you may think, no one will be hurt if you express exactly how you feel. That is a message for you, not for them. So it could even mean you contacting them to say, hey, I'm really pissed that you ghosted me, or I'm really pissed that I don't know. I think you're leading me on here. Be honest, be brutal. If you want to, you need to throw those accusations. At least it'll give them some insight into what it is that's really in your heart. Gemini, let's head over to tarot. I will see you in the extended. I hope you join me. Bye.